Tomb Raider 1996 was developed by Core Design and published by Eidos Interactive. Released October 25, 1996 for Sega Saturn, PlayStation, and MS-DOS, also known as Microsoft Disk Operating System. The game is centered around the main character Lara Croft, an English archaeologist in search of ancient treasures. So the game opens up, a man named Larson who works for a rich businesswoman named Jacqueline Natla approaches Lara. From there, Lara is asked to find an artifact named the Scion. That's when this epic journey begins. Level 1 is titled The Caves. You get an awesome cutscene that shows some guy leading Lara to the entrance of the caves. As she climbs the entrance and pushes the button to open the doors, a pack of wolves come out and basically eat this man's face off. Lara jumps down and handles them one by one with her pistols before entering the caves. But before I continue, you should know there are 15 action-packed levels in this game. So with that being said, the caves is a short level that allows you to get comfortable with the controls of the game. Keep those pistols out though, this level does send the enemies. Following the caves is the city of Vilcabamba. This level begins with a wolf ambush. You need to find the gold idol which is used to unlock the door to the next level. The Lost Valley. This level always seemed huge to me back in the day, and is one of the most beloved Tomb Raider levels of all time. In this level you meet the T-Rex, and if this is your first time playing and you don't expect it, just pause the game and change your pants now. This level is full of raptors, some wolves, and a breathtaking bridge jump, but to complete the level you'll need to collect 3 cogwheels. Level 4 places you in the Tomb of Qualopec. Here is where you collect the first piece of the Scion. This level has a decent amount of puzzles to work with, so good luck. St. Francis Folly. This is a puzzle-packed trip. You'll be climbing a tall tower most of this level, so be careful not to slip up and fall, because if you fall, it's most likely leading to your death. You need to find 4 keys: Thor, Neptune, Atlas, and Damocles. These 4 keys, you need to find them, apply them to the lock to exit the level. The Colosseum. Now this level is another seemingly big level with hostile creatures and one of Natla's goons. Use the shotgun plenty though in this level and you shouldn't have an issue. Find the rusty key to exit the level. The Palace of Midas. The goal is to turn lead bars into gold using the fallen King Midas statue. Don't walk onto his hand because you are not exempt from turning into gold. In the cistern level, a single lever floods and drains the area, but as long as you start out on the right foot, you only need to use that switch once to get all the keys needed to exit the level. The Tomb of Tehokan. The traps in this level are cruel, and the enemies are fast and furious. To get the second piece of the Scion, you'll need to take out another goon from Natla's army in this level. The City of Commune. This level introduces a new enemy, the Panther. You need to drop a ton of sand in a large chamber by pulling a lever to get to the final lever to end this level. Obelisk of Commune. You need to collect 4 relics to finish the level, but to reach these relics you'll have to manipulate different levers to lower planks. Sanctuary of the Scion. You will be climbing in this level, and it is brutal. You explore a big cavern surrounding a gigantic Sphinx statue. Mummies will be awaiting you at the beginning of this level, and you need to find 2 ankhs, which you place in the plates on the front and back of the statue's head. Natla's Mines. At this point in the game, you are stripped of all your weapons by Natla. The first part of this level focuses on you getting those trusty pistols back, but you'll soon find the rest of your weapons as you go through the level. Atlantis. You're building for the final battle at this point, so the enemies are furious, so be on your toes. You'll be unloading ammo around every turn. I definitely use the Uzis here. Save your shotgun shells. At the end of the level you meet up with Natla, but this is not for the final time. You will meet again. Which brings us to the final level of the game, the Great Pyramid. This is it, the final level, and it starts with the boss and it ends with the boss. Finally take down Natla and escape. On top of all those awesome levels, you have multiple weapons to choose from. I mentioned a few already, but let me give you the rundown. You start with your pistols, which you have unlimited ammo, which is very nice of them. You can also get a shotgun, where sometimes one shot can take down the enemy, but it depends the enemy and you have to be close enough. Next you get the magnums. The magnums are faster than the pistols and take about 6 shots to kill. And finally, the Uzis, which are faster and slightly more powerful than the pistols. I should talk about the only flaw that I find in this game. The controls can be very difficult for someone until they get comfortable. Lara takes an extra step before jumping in this game, and it can really screw things up for you. A lot will say Tomb Raider 2 is the best of the Tomb Raider PlayStation 1 games. Although that may be true, but I love all of them. The Lara Croft character has done huge things for the video game world, starting as a mascot for Sony's PlayStation, then gracing the covers of magazines, being on posters, and even getting her own action figures. But it didn't stop there. She would hit the big screen in 2001, with Angelina Jolie playing the role, and it even got a sequel. In 2007, Tomb Raider Anniversary released. It was a remake of the original Tomb Raider, and I love that it stayed true to it. 5 years later, in 2012, Tomb Raider was rebooted, and it's a very fun game, but it just doesn't touch the original games in my opinion. So at the end of the day, this game is one of my all-time favorites. Not to sound corny, but you honestly feel like you're on an adventure with Lara throughout the game. Tomb Raider 1996 gets a lot of flack for its outdated graphics, but at the time this looked amazing. I always say never judge a game by its graphics. If you're having fun, who cares? I'm giving this game my first perfect 5 out of 5 stars, and I highly recommend it. Keep in mind, if you are used to the rebooted game, this is definitely a step back in graphics, but the game itself is still very fun.